Okay, so you're probably hearing AI mentioned, well, just about everywhere these days, right?
Absolutely everywhere. It's hard to miss.
And maybe you're already using it for work, maybe personal stuff. But have you ever had that feeling, where you ask it for something and it just doesn't quite nail it?
Oh, yeah, that disconnect. Or it gives you something super generic, maybe.
Exactly. Or worse, maybe you have that nagging thought in the back of your mind. Is AI actually going to take my job?
That's a big one people are talking about.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into something that's becoming, frankly, essential. Prompt engineering.
Right. Our mission really is to cut through all that noise. We want to help you understand what prompt engineering actually is, and maybe more importantly, why it's so crucial now.
We're going to unpack how you can get good at it, how you can really get these AI models working for you, giving you exactly what you need.
Hopefully, most of the time anyway.
Yeah, hopefully. And this ties right back into that job anxiety we mentioned.
It really does.
Our sources are pointing to this really powerful idea, AI itself. It's probably not going to wipe out whole jobs or fields.
It's more nuanced than that.
Instead, it's going to transform things. And it might take the place of people who don't learn how to work with it effectively.
Exactly. It's not just about using the tool, it's learning how to communicate with it. Like our sources say, literally learning to talk to it and train it on your work and style to get the best results.
So for you listening, this deep dive, it's not just interesting info, it's about kind of future-proofing yourself in a way.
Definitely. It's about staying relevant.
So, okay, what is prompt engineering then, in simple terms?
At its most basic, one source defined it as the way we formulate commands that we give to AI to get the result we need.
Okay, formulating commands.
Yeah, but think of it less like typing keywords into Google, It's more like having this incredibly smart personal assistant.
Okay, I like that analogy.
But this assistant, while it knows almost everything, is super literal. It needs really clear, detailed, structured instructions.
So precision is key. The clearer you are, the better the result you get back.
Precisely. Vagueness in, vagueness out.
So what does this mean for everyone then? Is this just for coders or tech people?
Not anymore. That's the big shift. Our sources really hammer this home. It's becoming a fundamental skill that everyone must have no matter their field.
Wow, okay. Everyone. Why?
Because AI has become a part of everything. It's moving beyond just, hoping that AI reads your mind.
Right.
It's learning how to structure your questions properly, define the scope, tell it exactly what you need, and in a way it can actually process.
So it's like learning to collaborate with, a different kind of intelligence.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah. We need to shift our thinking. Stop treating AI like a basic tool that just gives general answers.
And start treating it like a sophisticated partner.
Exactly. A partner that needs clear direction. These models, they don't just guess your exact needs from a few keywords. They need specific questions, clear definitions.
To give you something that actually aligns with what you had in mind.
Precisely. Something comprehensive and specific to your vision.
Okay, so if mastering this, collaboration, is the goal, what are the basics? How do we get AI to understand us better?
Well, the sources we looked at boil it down to 4 main principles, and they're actually pretty straightforward once you grasp them.
All right, let's hear them. Principle number 1.
First up, and this one's probably the biggest lever you can pull, clarity and specificity.
Okay, makes sense. Be clear, be specific.
Yes, but really specific. As detailed as you possibly can be. If your command is vague, the AI response, it's going to be vague, generic.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Asking for, say, an article about programming, okay, it's a request, but it's weak for AI.
Right, very broad.
A much better, more professional way. Ask for something like an Instagram post of 150 words about the benefits of healthy eating, focusing on vegetables, fruits, and animal protein over sugars and simple carbohydrates, using an encouraging tone with a call to action.
Wow, okay. That's incredibly detailed. You've covered the platform length, topic, focus, tone, even the goal.
Exactly. You see the difference, right? That level of detail, it's not just about being picky, it's strategic input.
Strategic input. I like that.
You're front-loading all the necessary info, the platform, word count, the specific content angle, the tone, the call to action, everything.
And that saves you time, presumably.
Yeah.
Less back and forth.
Huge time saver. You avoid endless tweaking. It lets you focus on the bigger picture, the strategy, instead of constantly correcting the AI. Getting it right or closer to right the first time.
Okay, so that shifts your role from just managing the AI to being more like a strategic director. Makes sense. But what if just being detailed isn't quite enough? Like, the AI needs to understand the vibe you're going for.
Ah, good question. That brings us nicely to the second principle, providing context and examples.
That ties in examples.
Right.
This is super important for getting the style, the tone of voice, even the format right.
Yeah.
Let's say you want a product review written in a certain style.
Yeah. Give the AI an example of a review you actually like. Write it like this one. It's like giving your assistant a mood board or a template for the project.
So you're giving it a blueprint to follow.
Exactly, a blueprint. When you give it good context, relevant examples, the model can really latch onto the style, the tone, the format you want.
So the output doesn't just answer the question. It feels right, too.
Precisely. It moves beyond just facts to achieving, like, stylistic alignment with what you wanted.
Okay, clarity and specificity, context and examples. What's principle number 3?
Principle 3 is about decomposition of complex tasks.
Breaking things down.
Yep. If you have a big, complicated request, don't throw it all at the AI at once. That can feel overwhelming, even for a powerful model.
So break it down how?
Into smaller, manageable steps. Or specific roles, instead of just saying, write a blog post about digital marketing for beginners.
Which is pretty broad again.
Right. You'd break it down. Maybe like, okay, first, define what digital marketing is and list its key areas. Second, explain why it's important for businesses today. Third, outline a step-by-step learning path for a total beginner. And finally, end with some practical tips to get the reader started.
That's much clearer. Like an outline.
Exactly. And you can even add rules to that, like make sure to use simple, easy-to-understand language, or focus only on practical steps, not theory.
Gotcha. So breaking it down helps the AI process everything in a more structured way.
Significantly. It leads to outputs that are usually much stronger, more comprehensive, better organized logically. It helps ensure all the important parts of your complex request actually get addressed.
It's like building something complicated piece by piece, rather than trying to assemble the whole thing in one go.
That's a perfect analogy, component by component.
Okay, clarity, context, decomposition. What's the last one?
The fourth principle is crucial, especially for making sure the output is actually good. Review and refinement.
Ah, so don't just accept the first thing it spits out.
Please don't. You absolutely need to review it, proofread it, correct things, and don't be afraid to push back on the AI.
Push back how?
Ask it to rephrase something. Ask it to elaborate. You can even ask things like, explain your reasoning for that statement, or could you offer a different perspective on this?
So it's more of a dialogue, a back and forth.
Exactly. It's dynamic. Your critical thinking, your judgment, that's the final quality check. You're the ultimate filter.
Okay, those 4 principles, clarity, context, decomposition, refinement, seem like a solid foundation. Now, do these apply everywhere? Like across different languages?
That's a fascinating question the source has touched on. And the answer is generally yes, these principles are universal, but there are important nuances.
Nuances like what?
Especially when you move outside of English, since many of these big AI models are trained primarily on English data.
Right, that makes sense.
When you're working in other languages, Spanish, Mandarin, Arabic, whatever it might be, you often need to be even more precise. Extra careful with context and your exact intent.
How so?
Well, you might need to specify dialects, for instance, or be really explicit about ambiguous words or phrases that might have different connotations, just to avoid misunderstandings that might not even crop up in English.
So you might need to say, translate this into modern standard Arabic, not just Arabic, or specify, use a colloquial Egyptian tone.
Precisely. It comes back to not assuming the AI knows exactly what you mean, because fundamentally it doesn't read minds. That's a really common misconception people have.
Yeah, it's just processing the instructions you give it.
Exactly. And this careful crafting, this precision, it doesn't just get you basic results. It's how you unlock some of the really advanced capabilities of these models.
Ooh, advanced capabilities. Tell me more.
Well, there are specific techniques. One is called chain of thought prompting.
Chain of thought.
Yeah, this is where you explicitly ask the AI to explain its reasoning step by step before it gives you the final answer.
Why would you do that?
For complex problems. Think solving a tricky math equation, or maybe analyzing some data. You'd prompt it something like, explain your reasoning step by step, and then provide the final answer.
Ah, so you can see how it got there.
Exactly. It lets you understand the AI's logic, trace its steps, and interestingly, it often dramatically improves the accuracy and reliability of the final answer too.
That's really powerful. It's like making it show its work not just the result. So
Yeah.
you can kind of audit its thinking process.
Precisely. And then there's another cool technique called few-shot learning.
Few-shot learning. Okay.
This is like giving the AI a quick little training session right there in the prompt. You provide just a few examples, that's the few shots of the kind of input-output you want, before you give it the main task.
Can you give an example of that?
Sure. Let's say you're doing some simple translation into Arabic. You might start the prompt with, examples. Good morning. Thank you. How are you live city? How are you sick?
Okay, so you give it 3 correct pairs.
Right. And then you ask it your actual question, like, now translate, see you later.
Ah, I see. You've basically shown it the pattern you want with those few examples.
Exactly. It helps the model quickly grasp the desired pattern, the style, the format you're after, based just on those examples you fed it. Leads to more consistent, accurate results tailored to your specific need.
It's like a really fast way to get the AI up to speed on what you want.
Yep. A quick onboarding for your specific task.
Okay, so we've talked about principles, nuances, advanced techniques. Let's pull back a bit. In the grand scheme of things, why is getting good at this prompt engineering stuff not just, useful, but really essential now?
Well, the sources point to several really key benefits that go way beyond just getting things done faster.
Yeah, like what?
First, maybe most obviously, it massively improves the results you get. By being deliberate with your prompts, you're not just getting an answer, you're guiding the AI towards the best possible answer for your needs. Something precise, relevant, actually useful.
Better quality output. Makes sense.
Second, it saves a huge amount of time and effort. Think about it. Instead of fighting with vague commands, getting generic junk back, revising endlessly.
Yeah, that can be frustrating.
You write 1 or 2 really clear, well-thought-out prompts, and you get something good, maybe even great, much faster. That frees you up to do other things, higher-level thinking.
Less busy work, more strategic work. What else?
It also helps you exploit the advanced capabilities of the models. Many of these AI systems have really sophisticated functions, almost hidden depths, that you can only access with the right kind of prompt.
Like what kind of functions?
You can tell the AI to adopt a persona,
Yeah.
act as a seasoned marketing strategist developing a brand identity, or act as a meticulous software engineer debugging this specific type of code, or even act as if you are Sherlock Holmes analyzing this case.
Whoa, really? You can assign it roles.
Absolutely. And it will tailor its output significantly based on that persona, tapping into different parts of its training data. It's like unlocking secret levels or special abilities in the AI.
That's really cool. Okay, so better results, saves time, unlocks advanced features. Anything else?
Yes, one more critical one. It helps reduce errors and ensure accuracy, or at least reduce inaccurate or irrelevant outputs.
How so?
Poorly phrased prompts, ambiguous language that's often where you get misleading results, or answers that are just plain wrong or off topic. Good prompt engineering forces clarity, which leads to more objective, reliable, and precise outputs. It helps build trust in what the AI is telling you.
Right, because you've guided it carefully.
Right.
Okay, this has been incredibly insightful.
Good.
So just to kind of wrap things up from our deep dive today, we've covered a lot about prompt engineering. It really is this art and science of getting AI to truly work for you, not make more work for you.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And remember, for everyone listening, it's not necessarily about becoming a hardcore tech expert overnight. It's more about clear thinking. It's about communicating effectively and just being willing to learn this new way of interacting. Mastering this means, as our sources said, you can improve results, save time and effort, exploit the advanced capabilities of models, and reduce errors and irrelevant outputs.
And that skill, some companies are actively looking for it today, but the sources strongly suggest that tomorrow it will be a skill that everyone must have no matter their field. It's becoming fundamental.
So the future isn't necessarily AI replacing people across the board.
No, the narrative seems to be shifting. It's more like AI potentially replacing, as one source put it, humans who don't want to learn and refuse to learn.
Wow, that's a stark way to put it.
It is, but it highlights the importance of adaptation. By understanding and using these principles we talked about, you're not just keeping up, you're really gaining a competitive edge. You're empowering yourself.
And it's not just purely technical, right? You mentioned soft skills earlier.
Exactly. The sources emphasize that prompt engineering requires many soft skills, such as logical thinking, problem solving, and precise communication. Skills that are valuable everywhere, honestly.
Absolutely. So, okay, this deep dive has really shown us how important it is to learn to speak clearly, precisely to these machines. But here's a final thought to leave you with.
Ooh, a provocative one.
Maybe. Could it be as one source pondered, that learning how to speak more clearly and precisely with the machine might, in turn, help us improve the clarity of our thinking and communication with each other as humans.
Huh. That's actually a really interesting thought, using AI interaction to sharpen our own human interaction.
Something to think about anyway as you continue your own journey of deep dives.